Ottawa Senators owner Eugene Melnyk is launching a major philanthropic initiative after an experience that changed his life. In May 2015, a call was put out by the Ottawa Senators on behalf of the high-profile billionaire. He desperately needed an organ.
We are appealing to the members of the general public who may be interested in becoming a live liver donor.
Thousands of people answered the call. Melnyk did find a match, an anonymous donor. The operation was a success.
He's doing well. He is recovering as we would expect.
Now he's turning his attention to the Organ Project, which is holding its inaugural gala tonight in Toronto. Our Melissa Grelo will be hosting the event. And Melissa had the chance to sit down and talk with Eugene Melnyk about the initiative. Take a look.
I want to talk about the Organ Project. It sounds like it could be a musical thing. Tell us, what is the Organ Project?
Well, it's not a musical. What it is, when we're talking about organs, it's human organs. The Organ Project spawned out of my own personal experience in being in line to receive a transplanted organ. What I didn't realize going into it is how long, first of all, it was shocking to be told that you're going to need an organ transplant. Once you get beyond that, then you go through this whole series of tests, and that's the torturous part of the whole process. There aren't enough organs donated by people in Canada, Ontario, and that has created a backlog of a need for organs. People that once they die, they don't need their organs anymore. And it's what we're hoping to do is accomplish people signing up and registering in advance that upon death, that they would donate 1, 2, or up to 8 organs and tissue. Each one of those organs would save a life. And they're badly, badly needed, to the point where the wait list keeps you on this list for months and months, you not knowing if you're ever going to get one. And that leads to 25% of the people on a 4,500 person list that will die every year. So we're trying to alleviate that issue by getting people to register.
So let's go through that journey a little bit, because as the public and people who didn't know you, people like me who watch news, came to know of your story because it did become public at some point. And the call did go out for donors. And while we hear your side of the story and fully understand how you or anyone in your position and family certainly around you would want to do anything and everything in their power to save your life, there were people who were pushing back, questioning the ethics of, well, wait a second, this is kind of new territory for us, and this really prominent Canadian owns the Ottawa Senators, a public plea. What do we think about this? There were questions being raised, and then we fast forward to the fact that now it seems doctors have called what happened in the wake of the public call the Melnyk effect.
Thank you, that's true.
So many people came forward that they estimate around 20% of those people still in the end donated.
That's right.
Well,
there's 2,000 that called. 2,000 people just dived all over TGH and made calls and into the Senators. Of those, they were able to hone it down very quickly to 200 because they asked a series of questions on the phone.
For you in particular?
Yeah, this is just for me. They set up a phone bank, and so then 200 were left, and then they started seriously testing. That's when they have to go through like 10 tests. Usually they do those tests over a 2-week period. You had 2 days. That's what they allocated, because I was that sick. Of those 20, the first one worked. That was me. And others came forward and said, you know what, I've already made a decision. I want to do a live donation. This is different than what, by the way, Organ Project does. Right now, we're just looking for deceased donors. These are live donors.
Wow.
That are healthy, walking around, that have a liver that they wanted to donate, up to 75% of. Out of the 20, I think it had to be well over a dozen that continued on and gave totally anonymously to somebody, which is great. So that's what we're about. The Organ Project, what we want to do is promote people to register, then talk to their family, which is critical. You have to tell your family to make sure that they don't mess with it, because they can. A big percentage of donations, even if you register, can be overridden and are overridden by family. It's sad, but true. Somebody says, well, he didn't tell us anything about it, so we don't know how you got that signature. Okay, once they say that, it's over. The doctors have to walk away. And in my case, I was lucky. And It all clicked.
Very lucky.
But now I could use that leverage. You see, this is the big difference. And now I'm going to use that leverage, or whatever persona you know people think I have. I don't think so, but I think whatever I can do, I can gain attention for all the other people in line. There's 1,500 in Ontario, 45 or 4,600 across Canada. You know 20% are going to die. That's 300. It's almost one a day. They die. Go to any hospital. That's the sad part. So if I could do anything, and I know I can, to save lives, you know, we don't keep score or anything, but I know we're making an impact already.
This is the beginning, as you say. The gala will be the kickoff. Where do you see this expanding to beyond even what you have just mentioned?
I think the first year was focusing on the deceased donations. Here in Ontario first, and then we want to spread it out across Canada at the end of this year to begin that campaign across the country and start with selected states, just to get our feet wet.
You want to go south of the border?
Yes, absolutely. I think they're a little bit more organized in Canada. They have a national registry. We don't yet. I then see us pushing towards live donation and create a website that people could actually put their plea in. I was able to do it because of the Ottawa Senators. Got on stage, national media, that sort of thing. I want to promote my website to get, I was thinking probably about 48 or 60 different people just telling their story. Say, this is who I am, this is what I need. I'm in desperate need of a liver transplant, and this is what I intend to do the rest of my life. These are my children, and they want their dad around.
And lastly, the person, we don't know, male, female, who donated part of their liver to you, which is why you're looking so fabulous and healthy and are able to be with us today. It was an anonymous donor. Any progress in terms of finding this person? And if not, and they happen to be watching this, what would you want to say?
I would simply say again, thank you. You know, from the bottom of my heart. It's, no, I have not met him or her. I don't know their age, their name, where they're from. I think they're from Ottawa because they said they only want one thing, and that's to bring the Stanley Cup to Ottawa, which...
So they're at least, we know, a hockey fan. And
it's a hockey fan for
fan.
sure. I responded once in the paper and just said, you know, leave it with me, I'm working on it. So I'm hoping to bring a Stanley Cup to Ottawa and kind of thank them for it. But no, I think it's one of the greatest selfless things that someone can do, is to say, you know what, I'm going to step up, I'm going to do this as a human being, and God bless him. That's all I can tell him.
Well, thank you for your time.
Well, thanks for having me. Thank you.